guest is Chris Lee. He is a real estate agent in the Grand Rapids area, and he's also my cousin. Now I'm going to turn things over to Chris and allow him to introduce himself.
I'm a real estate agent and investor in Grand Rapids, Michigan area and surrounding areas. I've been in real estate since 2013 when I bought my first house. I've been licensed since 2016. First 5 years I've been with Keller Williams, and now I just transferred my license to EXP Realty.
Chris, you've always been, I would say, a lifelong student, right? You're always reading books. You've shared books with other people, continually educating yourself and others. So if a person were interested in getting into real estate, what book would you recommend for them?
We call it the Red Book in real estate. So when you say that, every agent knows what you're talking about. But the title of the book is actually called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So if you want to be an agent, you want to go with the Red Book. They also have a blue book too, though. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. So you can actually check out both those books. They were written by Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams. For a podcast, I would recommend, it's a podcast by the RPOA here in Grand Rapids. So I highly recommend that one because most people on the show are actually in the area and you can reach out to them.
To become a real estate agent, you have to be licensed in a specific state. Talk to us about the licensing process for doing that in Michigan.
Okay, here in Michigan and Grand Rapids, you need 40 hours, a class of 40 hours, and then you have to take a state exam. So it's a week long if you take a live class. They just have online classes that you could take at your own pace. And once you're done with that, you just study. Once you're ready, you take the exam, and that's pretty much all it is to it to get licensed.
What school did you go to?
Holloway's Institute online, because I was working a lot of hours. So I had to take mine online because I couldn't take a week off of work to take the live class. So it took me about 2 months doing it online to take the class and to actually pass the test.
How much did the online class cost?
At the time it was $285, but now I believe it's $295.
Then you also mentioned that there was a state exam. So how much is the state exam?
It's $80 to actually take the test, but it's about, I think, $80 to apply for it too. So they charge you to apply for it, $160 to take the test one time. It just costs you $80 every time you take the test.
I thought you were going to say you get a free retake. I thought you were going to say if you don't pass it the first time, you get a free retake. No. So let's just say the initial investment to become a real estate agent in the state of Michigan is $500. If you say like about $300 for the classroom portion and then about $160 to apply and take the actual test. Would that be accurate?
Not accurate because you have to actually pay for your association fee.
Hold on, backtrack. Talk to me about the association.
So basically, Michigan Associations of Realtors, National Association of Realtors, and then it used to be Grand Rapids Association of Realtors, but they changed it. It's Greater Regional Alliance of Realtors now. Those are the three associations you're going to be affiliated with. So you have to pay those, and it's about $800 for that total. So
$800 across three different associations.
Correct.
You have to pay to be a part of an association before you even get your license?
Yes.
This is crazy. Because what if I fail? If I pay $160 to apply and then take my test and then I fail, I've already paid these associations and I just don't get anything back?
The thing is, I think you can have your license, but you're not considered a realtor. You'll have your real estate salesperson license, but you're not a realtor until you're associated with these associations.
So talk to me about what it's like to be a real estate agent. What's a day in the life?
It depends on the person, really. It depends if you're full-time, part-time. If you want to be successful, you want to wake up early. Then you want to look at the MLS. It's the multiple listing service. That's what we use. We don't use Zillow and realtor.com and stuff like that. We use the multiple listing service. This is where we have to list our houses on. And then like Zillow and all the other third parties, they actually take all the information we put on the multiple listing service and they extract that to their site. Actually, the MLS actually has more information and it's more accurate.
The licensed real estate agents, when you have a person who says, I want to sell my house, you post that to the MLS and then that lets the other real estate agents in the area know, hey, we got this property available.
Yes.
With the MLS, is that free access to all the licensed agents? Do you have to pay a fee to access that? Can anybody access that?
Nope, that's part of my GRAR fees. If I go on the MLS, I can actually access anyone's MLS. I can access Nevada. I can access Cali through my MLS.
So what else with the day in the life of? And what happens after you get on MLS?
Yep. So after you research the market, you want to send out to your clients, the new properties that they might be interested in. You want to get on the phones, it should be probably about 9 o'clock now. So you want to get on the phones, you want to call the FISBOs, which is for sale by owners, and you want to call the expired listings. So those are houses that did not sell on the MLS. We have access to that too. So you want to call them and you want to try to, get them to relist with you because it didn't sell for a reason, right? That's what you want to do. That's really where your business comes from, is those phone calls right there. And then after that, eat lunch. I usually go to like a bar, restaurant or something, and I'll network. I'll network with the bartenders, right? Bartenders meet a lot of people. So I'll network with them and whoever else is at the bar. I'll pass out my business cards and then I'll go to my meetings, because my meetings are usually later in the day. So I'll meet with clients and other lenders and other realtors sometimes. After that, show houses. And then hopefully you're writing contracts at the end of the night.
With your license, are you able to sell houses, condos, commercial spaces, or is it a limited license?
No, I can sell anything. Yeah, I
So
can
you can
sell.
sell a building. If I say, hey, I got this business, I want to, maybe start a nightclub. Can you help me find a building to start a nightclub? You can do that with your
I
license.
I can, yes, I can sell commercial real estate. Yes.
What do you primarily sell?
Residential. So I'll sell single families, duplexes, anything up to 4 units. Anything over 4 units, so 5 and above is considered commercial. That along with retail space is commercial too. So anything residential.
We talked a little bit about the license earlier. How often do you have to renew your license?
Every 3 years. The deadline is October 31st. Within those 3 years, you have to take continual education. You have to do 6 hours every year.
Working as a realtor, how do you get paid? I imagine you get paid when you close on a house or a property, but tell us how that process works.
If you're just doing sales, yeah, as a realtor, then you get commissions. On every traditional transaction, there should be a selling agent and a buyer's agent. And the brokers actually get the commissions, and then the agents get their splits from those commissions from their brokers. Every brokerage is different, so everybody's pay is different.
What percentage of a sale do you get? So if a property sells for $100,000,
That's different between brokerages. Everyone charges something different, but it's typically around like 6%. So 6%, but then that would be split up between both brokers.
So on average, how much does a real estate agent make?
Just getting started, probably expect to make somewhere around 40,000 if you're full time, but it really varies from person to person. But I believe if you check like salary.com, it's probably going to be in that range. I know people that's making, millions a year, and I know people that haven't even sold a house. So
being a real estate agent, it seems like a popular job. Like on Facebook, I have a bunch of friends who are real estate agents. I have some family members who do real estate. So it seems like a lot of competition to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of competition now, more than when I first started. It's a great hustle for someone who wants to get into real estate, or someone who just wants a side hustle from their normal 9 to 5. It's a great way to make extra money.
So how do you market yourself to set yourself apart from everyone else?
Pretty much social media and business cards. And like I said, I just network. When a new restaurant opens up, I'm there, meeting everybody and passing out business cards.
I like your idea of meeting people in the real world. What is your number one tip for gaining a new customer?
Besides calling, to just make sure that you give your current clients and your past clients the best experience, and just put in 100% once they're satisfied and they believe that you are the best person out there, in the field, then they're going to put you on their Facebook, on their Instagram, and that's just free advertising. Make sure that they go on your website and leave you a testimony. Just take care of your clients, be honest, and that's going to go a long way.
Love it. Word of mouth marketing. So how do you determine which realty company to work with?
Well, like I said, every brokerage is different. So you have to do your research, go interview these brokers and see what they actually have to offer you and see what's the best fit for you.
What qualities make up a good real estate agent?
You have to be teachable, because there's a lot you have to learn, and you have to be good with people.
If a person recently got their license and paid all their dues to become a realtor, what factors do you think will set them up for success?
The biggest thing would be to find a good mentor. You got to find the right mentor, though. You have to find someone who's doing what you want to do. If you want to get into commercial, find somebody that's doing commercial, maybe only commercial. Or if you want to sell properties and invest, then find somebody that's doing both, that has rental properties. Because there's agents out there that actually have like, 50 units. Find them, see if they're willing to mentor you, and just listen to what they have to teach you.
What percentage of people who inquire about buying a house actually go through with it?
Close to 90% probably actually buy a house, especially in a regular market. But this market is unique, and it has deterred some people, some buyers away just because it's so tough. This summer, it's been like 30 offers on multiple houses that I've put offers in on. And so, I mean, if it's 30 offers on one house, your client has a 3% chance of getting a house. That's not good at all, right? So, and it deters people away, if you put in a couple offers and you don't win it.
Right. It definitely still appears to be a seller's market. I've seen that people are, putting bids in for houses and they're getting outbid like
Mhm.
$30,000 over the asking price. That seemed to be the trend in 2021. Is that still happening?
Not as much as 30,000 over, but people are still bidding over. I think it's probably going to be that way for a while just because the low inventory we have. In a seller's market, we look at the rate at what the houses are selling and how many houses are on the market. And we factor in that if this rate continues, how fast will those houses be gone? So in a seller's market, it's anywhere from 0 to 3 months of inventory. In a steady market, it's 4 to 6 months of houses of inventory. And in the buyer's market, it has to be at least 7 months of inventory. Do you know what that number is right now today?
What is it?
2 weeks.
Wow.
We have 2 weeks of inventory. So that tells you how dry it is out there.
So if I have a house, should I keep it and wait to sell it? Or should I sell it now? Because people
Well,
are paying over market price.
it depends on what's your next move. Do you want to buy another house? I probably wouldn't sell a house at all right now. If I did anything, I would rent out my house and buy another one just because it's so hard to find another house. So if you sold yours,
Where
it's
you
only
gonna
2 weeks
live?
of inventory. You're probably not even gonna like what you see out there, maybe. It's gonna take a while
What is your greatest challenge with being a real estate agent?
to stay consistent because business is always changing. You might be busy, hella busy one month, right? And the next month, because you were so busy, you probably had to take like some time off of doing something else, maybe like some of your cold callings. Maybe you had to set up more meetings because you had more clients, or you had to show more houses. So you had to take time from something else, and business just isn't always consistent all the time.
If you could do it all over again, would you do anything differently?
The only thing I would change is I would start immediately when I turn 18.
What advice would you give to a person who wants to be a realtor?
I would say to save 6 months of income if they want to do full time and just jump in it full time. It's kind of hard to just try and do it part time and still have like a full time job.
So now we're going to transition into a segment that I call I'm a Hustler. Chris, what is the craziest thing you've ever done for money?
The craziest thing, it's not going to sound that crazy, but I wouldn't do it again. That was delivering phone books. Oh, I don't know. It was,
Phone books.
they'd pay you like $100 for a route. I figured I could do like 2 routes in a day. It'd be, $200 in a day. And back then it was real good money. What about you?
The craziest thing I've ever done for money?
Yeah.
So part of me did this because I'm a good person, but then part of me did this because I wanted money. I used to donate plasma at
Okay.
BioLife Plasma, right?
Yeah.
So part of me was like, oh, I could be saving a life. And they were like, oh, yeah, you get paid, do X number of sessions per month, and then you're going to walk away with this amount of money. But the thing is, they put it on a debit card. So they gave me my debit card, like when I first signed up to donate. But then I just sat on the debit card. So that's why it's crazy to me. Not that I donated this plasma, even though it was a draining process. Like you go, you hope that they put the IV in the right vein, and then you sit there and it just suck all the energy and life out of you, right? So that. But what was crazy to me is I never even cashed in my gift card, if that makes sense. Like I never activated the gift card. I never spent the money on the card. So I did this for like at least 2 weeks, right? Thinking I'm being a good Samaritan, thinking I'm saving a life, and oh, I'll get a couple dollars out of it too.
Mhm.
My silly self never even activated my gift card, so I did it
Okay.
partially for money, and I didn't even get no money.
Okay. Wait a minute now, because I've done that too. I've
Okay,
donated plasma too. This was kind of recent. That money should still be in your account somewhere.
that
Just go,
part.
just call BioLife or go up there, and they should have your information. You probably could just get another card.
Thank you, because I was like, do I throw this card away? What do I do with this? I never spent the
Mm.
money, but this was like 2015,
They
so it was a
paid you.
while
Yeah,
ago.
that was a while ago, but that's still your money, so it's probably still there somewhere.
They might be like, your loss. Silly
Nah,
rabbit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I donated multiple times. And look, the only reason
Hmm.
I stopped donating is because it had to be a new phlebotomist. They put
Oh,
the
it
needle
hurt.
in wrong and I bled outside of my veins. I think it's called, something starts with H, what is that called?
Yeah, I don't
Whatever
even know
that
what they
H
call it.
word is, where you bleed outside your
Yep,
veins. They did that, and then it looked like I had a big bruise on my arm. And
yep.
it was like literally this area. I'm already light skinned. I was wearing short sleeves, going to work. People asking me, am I being abused at home or in a relationship? And I'm like, no, I was trying to be a good Samaritan. I donated plasma. They did it wrong. But then everybody give me the side eye. Like, what's going on
I
with this
know.
girl? So,
That
yeah.
it's funny because the first time I went, that happened to me too, and I almost didn't go back. But they
Mhm.
had like a thing going on where they paid me like $600 for four donations. So
Yep.
I was like, man, let me try it again. Let me just try my other arm. And
Yep.
ever since it was cool. But after that
Yeah.
$600, I ain't go back because I'm not going back for $20. Like,
Yeah. All right, good. I'm happy I'm not alone. Because
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with donating plasma, but when
no,
you don't get paid for it, like if your intent is to get paid and you don't get paid, that's when
that's a
it's like I look
problem.
like Boo Boo the Fool.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
problem, man.
All right, so next question in this
Mhm.
segment. You have 48 hours to come up with $10,000. You can pick the reason. It could be one of your relatives is kidnapped. It could be you
Mhm.
trying to invest in a property or a new business venture. What are you
Okay.
going to do to come up with this $10,000?
The fastest ways I know how to come up with some money will be to wholesale a property. Now I won't actually get it in 2 days. I could put the deal together in 2 days, but I probably won't get paid for about a week though. So because I'm in a situation I'm in and I own real estate, I would just if I needed $10,000, I could just refinance my house and I can use some of it to buy another property and then use 10,000 to wherever I needed the 10,000 for.
So if you refinance your house, how quick do you get that check?
I haven't refinanced the house yet, but my lender says you get it pretty fast.
What is wholesaling for those who don't know?
Wholesaling is kind of like flipping a property, but you don't actually do the renovations yourself. You put the property under contract, and then you find the next person who's going to flip it. You can either assign that contract to them, or what I like to do is I like to just write up a whole nother contract so that they don't even see what I make. Basically, if you find a house that needs work and you get it off market, let's say you get it for 100,000, and you know the after repair market value on that property because the other houses that sold in the area, that house would be worth 200, and maybe it only needs like $20,000 of work. So now you can put it under contract for 100, and then you find your investors and you put it under contract with them for maybe like 120. So you can make 20,000. They'll put 20,000 into it, so they still only at 140,000 where they can make 60,000 minus transaction fees.
So earlier in the show, you talked to us about this MLS list that you have access to.
Mhm.
But what if a person wanted to buy a property like way below market rate, a property that needs work just so that they could flip it? Is there another resource that you can share for the average person to be able to find these properties so they can, buy it cheap, put some repairs in, flip it, and get a bigger profit?
A good way to find properties off market at a good value is to network with wholesalers. The reason they're wholesaling is they don't have enough money to actually do the renovations, but they have the knowledge to find these properties. So you can still buy a property from them at a great price. Then yeah, you can flip it, or maybe you just want to live in it.
How does a person find a wholesaler? You
Um,
Google it?
no, a good way to do it is Facebook, right? You can go to Facebook, look up groups, wholesalers, right? So wholesalers are real estate investors. Yeah, just join those groups. They'll actually put their deals on Facebook. You could just send them your emails and they'll send you more deals as they get them. That's how I do it. So I have a few wholesalers that send me deals like in Detroit and in this area too.
The power of social media. So, a lot of people aspire to buy homes. Some people are renting, they're tired of throwing money away. Some people are maybe expanding their family, and the one bedroom apartment they live in doesn't work for them anymore. What are the top three reasons you think people should buy a house?
So the top three reasons to purchase a home would be equity, tax breaks. For most people, you can do whatever you want to do with the property.
What type of tax breaks do you get for being a homeowner?
So you can file for head of household. The bigger one is if you have like a home business, like my real estate business is a home business. So I actually get tax breaks on my bills because my home office.
So now we're going to transition into a segment that I call For the Culture. Do you wear urban clothing lines? It looks like you have a t-shirt on. I know the brand. Every kid deserves a dope dad. I see you. I
Yeah,
see you. A
yeah.
Michigan-based company, Grand
Yep.
Rapids-based business.
Oh, shout out to Will Braylock for that.
So what is your favorite black-owned business?
Oh, that's easy. That's Lotus Bud.
All right. Shout out to Mikey Buxton and Lotus
Yeah,
Bud and the
yeah.
multiple locations and franchises that he has established over the few years.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
shout out
yeah.
Lotus Bud. What kind of potato do you get from? Oh, we should backtrack and say for the people who are not familiar with Lotus Bud, their
Okay.
motto is something like, "Why put it on a bun? You can put it on a potato," and
Something
they
like
do
that. Mm-hmm.
all different types of loaded baked potatoes. So
Mm-hmm.
my mom loves that place too. I swear she eats
Oh
there at least
man.
once a week.
We all do.
What
We
kind of
all do.
potato do you get from Lotus Bud?
I think it's called the meat lovers.
Okay.
You get like steak, chicken, bacon, broccoli, spinach, and ranch and
You ain't
cheese.
gonna believe my mom gets the same thing. I don't know if she gets the ranch on it, but I know she gets that one too because I've had it
Uh,
before.
you gotta throw the ranch on it, man.
What is your favorite TV show or series with a predominantly black cast?
I would have to go with the Power series.
Power Universe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a particular favorite? Was it the original Power, Ghost, Raising Kanan?
Ah, they all kind of good, but I probably got to go with the original with Ghost and Tommy. Like they don't get no better than that. So
I want to close out the show by just providing the viewers with some inspiration and motivation. So, if you are feeling down, what song or album do you listen to that instantly puts you in a good mood?
I'm gonna have to go with WizKid Essence.
What are some words of wisdom or quotes that you live by?
I live by integrity, ambitious, and perseverance.
Leave the viewers with an inspirational message.
Be a better you every day. Be better than you were yesterday. Kobe Bryant's mentality. He outworked everybody, right? Who knows what time he woke up? Because whenever you go to the gym, he's already halfway done or fully done with his workout. That's what a lot of players would say. They would go in the gym at like 6 in the morning, and Kobe's drenched in sweat. If you got that mentality, you put that type of work ethic in whatever you believe in, then you should be great.
Chris, thank you so much for being our guest today and sharing what you know about being a realtor in the Michigan area. We want to encourage everybody to check out Chris's website. We will drop all the links in the description box so that you can connect with him. Even if you are not looking to buy or sell a house, you could refer him to someone else who may be. So we just want to say thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the club, and we will see you next time.